The Innocent Winch, Part 5, and ordered the little Ifenna out of his car, telling her to walk home since she is a hater of good things, that good things will never come to her. Chukwubrumchi begged him to let Ifenna back in the car, warning that the little girl might get lost. After a while, Onyema relented and let Ifenna back in to the car. From that day on, Ifenna's problem worsened. She was beaten, maltreated, humiliated. Her hand was even broken, but she did not receive any treatment. The two female pastors who had accused Ifenna of being a witch began to visit Onyema's house regularly. Receiving food and money from him, they claimed to be conducting deliverance section for Ifenna. But it seems as though they were more interested in exploiting Onyema's wealth. After a while, the pastors declared that Ifenna had been delivered. But soon, they claimed that she had gone back again to her evil ways and to the witch coven. That is, she had returned back to being a witch. This cycle of accusation and deliverance continued, with the pastors using Ifenna's situation to get money and favor from Onyema. Eventually, Ifenna was taken to live with the senior pastor of the church for further deliverance, and she was not allowed to return to Onyema's house, leaving the little girl's fate uncertain. According to the two female pastors who had accused Ifenna of being a witch, they claimed that the people who had initiated Ifenna into witchcraft lived near Onyema's house. They warned that if Ifenna returned to Onyema's house, even after being delivered, she would be reinitiated into the supposed witch coven. These pastors, having made this accusation and caused harm to Ifenna, abandoned her and returned to their own base, leaving Ifenna to deal with the consequences of their actions. As God could have it, Ifenna's older sister visited from the east, eager to see her siblings, which she hasn't seen for a very long time. She was shocked to discover that Ifenna was nowhere to be found. Chukwubrumchi hesitantly revealed that Ifenna was accused of being a witch and was undergoing deliverance at the pastor's house. The sister was shocked, refusing to believe the accusation. She argued that Ifenna's upbringing and family background contradicted the notion that she could be a witch. Chukwubrumchi insisted that Ifenna had confessed and that her strange occurrence proved her guilty. Determined to see Ifenna, the sister decided to visit her at the pastor's house. Despite Chukwubrumchi's warning that Onyema would be angry at her, the sister went to see Ifenna. What she found out was heartbreaking. Ifenna was malnourished, dirty, and covered in wounds inflicted by Onyema. The sister was overcome with emotions and decided to take Ifenna with her back to the east. They left immediately, escaping the abusive and manipulative environment that had tormented Ifenna for so long without them knowing. After Ifenna recovered from her traumatic experience, she resumed her education and eventually gained admission to higher institution. Meanwhile, Onyema's uncle confessed to being responsible for the charm found in Onyema's house, revealing that he was the one who had been hindering Onyema's business. The confession shocked and worried Onyema, who realized he had wrongly accused and maltreated Ifenna. Onyema and his wife had excluded Ifenna from family gifts even after she returned to the east. However, after the truth came to light, Onyema and his wife begged for Ifenna's forgiveness. One day, Ifenna returned home from school to find Onyema and his wife waiting in the sitting room. They pleaded for her forgiveness, although Ifenna initially refused, but she eventually accepted their apology with the help of her father and her siblings' intervention. Onyema promised to support Ifenna's education and even bought her a car. The family was united again and they lived happily ever after. Despite Ifenna's forgiveness, the scars of her ordeal lingered. This story served as a cautionary tale about the dangers of wrongly accusing children and importance of conducting thorough investigation before making an accusation. It also highlights the need to treat children with kindness and respect, as the physical and emotional scars of mistreatment can last a lifetime. The Innocent Winch is a tale with Charity. Stay tuned.